Hi everybody, this recording is going to show you how to navigate through this section called Course Overview. And the reason you have to do that is if I look right here, I go to Week 1 work. Of course, this is the first part of Week 1 work. All of that information is over here, getting started recording, so forth, my learning plan, introduce yourself discussion, all those things are here. But the second part of the first week is going through the course overview section that is in the course home area, because the course overview section talks about all of this, and I want to lead you through getting all of that done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go right to the course overview section. So it's right here on the left, so I'll go to course overview. And once I'm in the course overview, this first part I'm going to go through pretty quickly, but you can see the course overview. We're going to go through lots of different things here: how to navigate through the course, how to set up your web browser, download and zip utility, how to set up the software, etc. So again, I'm going to go pretty fast. So to start the course, you can look through this yourself. This just tells you how to navigate through the screens. Hopefully all of your computers have these requirements on it. Moving between pages, so as you watch the presentations in the course, the lesson presentations, you can see that this shows you where you are on the pages right here. This gives you the full table of contents, and then forward and backward. And there's just some questions here that you can answer if you want to. So to start the course, just follow these steps. So you can click here and then it will show you everything on the right hand side. So you can see how you can navigate through the course. So this is just modeling how you're going to move through the course. Now you can also watch the demonstration. So if I click right down here, it says watch the demonstration, then you can see how they give you a little slideshow that shows you how to do things. Hardware and software, you can do that on your own. I'm not going to take time to explain that to you. Operating system is whether you use Windows or Mac, or Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8. Now, if you're not using Windows XP, they need to click here to get the instructions to get through the course. Now, I have Windows 7, so now I can use this document. You can all see this document that shows you, so I have Windows 7, so I'm going to go down here to Windows 7, and this gives me information on how I would do these things with Windows 7, because it's different from Windows XP. Then there's Mac and things like that. Now, the thing you'll notice in Windows 7, and most of your machines are probably Windows 7, instead of having something called My Documents, you have something called just My Documents. Instead of having My Computer, I think it's just called Computer. So there are different things you need to know the differences between the operating systems. The taskbar in Windows, of course, the bottom of your screen are all the taskbars. Multiple keys, you'll sometimes see in the course that you need to use Control. So you'll hold down the CTRL key on your keyboard, that's one key, then you'll hit whatever letter you're supposed to hit. Those are called combination keys. To switch between windows, this is useful because you might have multiple windows going, like you might have the course running in one window, and then you might have something else you're doing in another window. So you can see that you can hit Alt and then the tab, and that will show you all of your open windows. So if I hit Alt, so we learned a little bit in Lab 1. Now Lab 2. Lab 2, we're going to look at files and folders, setting up your computer, etc. So in Lab 2, of course, you're going to use folders in this class because that's how you keep things organized. You should have folders for all of your courses. And you can view folders differently depending on how you have your computer set up. So you probably have the way that you prefer to view them. You probably have that set up already. You know how to do that anyway. If you want to change the way you view your folders, you can go to Start and then Computer, and then go View List, Tools, Folder Options, and then you can change the way you want things to show up. So it just depends on how you want your folders to show. File name extensions. File name extensions are like .jpg, .html. You can see the different extensions here. And it's really important to know what the files are and to be able to see the file extensions. So if you want to make sure the file extensions show up when you look at things on your computer, you go to the My Computer window, then Tools, Folder Options, and then View. Then under Advanced Settings, you choose, make sure you take Hide Extensions, take that off. So if I was going to do it on my computer, I would go to Computer, let's see, not showing it. Then Computer, Folder Options. So it's under Organize, Folder on Search Options, View, then I would take off, see, Hide Extension isn't chosen on mine. So that's Windows 7 is what I have, so that's why mine was a little bit different. So that's why you need to think about how you can do it within the Windows program that you have, the operating system you have. Finding files and folders, you just double click on a folder like this. I would double click on it, then it opens and I can see everything that's in there. Of course, the main hard drive is the C drive. Now we're going to make a course folder. This is really important. You need to get the course folder made in the right place so that all the directions work as you're doing your work in the course. So as you can see what this says, in the My Computer window, double click on Local Disk. So I'll go to Computer, Local Disk. So I'm there. I'm going to slide that over a little bit so I can read the directions. File, New, and I'm going to make a folder called Profiles. So right here, so I'm under my local disk C, new folder, and I already made a Profiles one for my work. You can see right here. So I'm going to call this one Practice Profiles just for this demonstration. But for you, you will have one called Profiles, just like I show right here on mine. So I do one called Practice Profiles, and I hit Enter, so now I have the Practice Profiles folder. Now let's go down. Now it says double click that folder, and then I'm going to make a folder with my name. So now I'll go right here, there's the Practice Profiles, double click, and I hit New Folder, and I'm going to call this R. Harrison, and hit Enter. So again, what I'm doing right here, I'm just following these directions. So I made it with my name without any spaces, press Enter. This is my username folder. Now double click your username folder, and you're going to put a C++ folder in the username folder. So I'll go right here, double click that, C++, whoops, new folder, C++. I hit Enter. And what else does it say? That's in your course folder. So now you can see, here's the look at this. You have Profiles, your username, and then the C++ is in there. So if I go look at my folder organization, check this out. Here's my local drive C. I have my practice profiles, and of course yours is just going to be called profiles. Then I have our Harrison folder in that and the C++ in that. So now if I go to my practice profiles, actually if I go to my local C and I hit my practice profiles, I see R Harrison there and I see C++ in there. So this is what yours should look like. And now what I'll do, I'm going to show you my real profiles one. There's my real profiles one. Ron Harrison, C++, and then there's all this in there. And I'll walk you through how to get all this stuff in there. So if you look up here, this is the way yours should look. Local disk C, profiles, your name, C++. That's what yours should look like now. It has to be that way so you know where everything is, so you stay organized. So that was Lab 2. Now Lab 3, setting up a browser and installing 7-zip. So a web browser, of course, is Internet Explorer or Firefox. Hopefully you use Internet Explorer. And they have you go in and change some settings. So if I click here, just walk through this. They're going to have you open Internet Explorer, go to File, get a new window. Then you're going to go to Tools, Internet Options. Then under the Security tab, you'll go to the Security tab. Then you'll click Reset All Zones. So that's going to be right here under the Securities tab. Then you go to the Privacy tab, and you click Default. Then you click the Advanced tab, and then click Restore Advanced Settings. So let's see if I can do that. So I'm going to go to File, New Window, and then I'll go to Tools, Internet Options, Security. So I need to choose Reset All Zones. So let's see what this is doing here. Didn't get me the... Okay, there's my tab. So now Tools, Internet Options, Security. See, Reset All Zones should be available to me there, but it's not. So see if I'm doing something incorrectly here. Okay, if it's grayed out, you do not need to click it. So mine was grayed out, so I don't need to worry about it. Now the Privacy tab, so let's go look at that one. So Tools, Internet Options, Privacy, I'm not going to worry about this. Is it, oh, Default, then Apply, hit OK. So that's the Privacy one. Then the last one, Advanced tab, Restore Advanced Settings. So again, I'm under Tools, Internet Options, Advanced tab, Restore Advanced Settings. So what I've done is I've gone through all these steps to make sure my browser works properly. Now I hope that'll work out fine for you and that you have no restrictions on your computer. If you do have restrictions on your computer, then you'll just skip all these things and hopefully things will work fine for you. Now file compression. This is important because what it does is as it says right here, it squeezes the files in. Excuse me. Makes them smaller so you can email them. Now the course says you're going to use 7-zip, but I believe all computers are already set up to have a zip program, so check this out. I'm going to go to my folders, and I'll go to my local drive C, to my profiles, Ron Harrison, and let's say I wanted to send the C++ file to someone, and what that would send everything that's in it. So if I right click on this, it says right here, send to compressed zipped folder. So check this out. What it's doing is it's automatically compressing. And you can see in the background, it's creating this folder called zip. I'm going to cancel that. But it created that folder called zip. You saw it there for a second, but it went away when I canceled. So then that would mean I would have C++ would be zipped up as a different file or a folder, and I could send that. So the idea here is that you don't need to do this file compression if you have the right version of Windows. So again, to zip a folder, I'm going to go inside here. Let's say I want to zip this instructor resources folder. So it's active. I right click, send to compress zip folder, and check this out. So now there is an instructor zip, and then I can send that to someone. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So as you work through the course, you're going to be asked to zip folders. That's how you do it. So you don't have to worry about downloading 7-zip unless you do not have that send capability, compress files. Now unzipping, when you need to unzip something, you just right click to extract it. So I'll show you how to unzip. So I'm going to go back to my folders. So I know that's local drive C, under profiles, Ron Harrison, and see this resources one is zipped. If I right click, I would just choose extract all, and then it would put all those files in there for me. I'm not going to extract all, but what it does, see, it would bring all these into my folder, but I don't want to do that. So again, you right click, hit extract all, and that unzips, because I did that already when I was doing my work. So that's how you unzip. And you will need to unzip the resources folder. Okay, downloading files. You should have no problem with downloading files these days. Internet Explorer is real easy. This walks you through downloading 7-zip, and again, you may not need to have 7-zip. You may not need to install that if you have the right Windows version that will zip for you automatically. Okay, so we've gone through that. Now we're going to go to download the resource files for the class. And I'm going to download these to that practice profiles I have so I don't mess up my other work. So I right click. So steps for downloading the course resources. I'm going to go to Internet Explorer since that's what I'm using. And what it says here, so I'm going to download the course resources. So I click right here to download the course resources. And I'm going to go ahead and choose Save As because I want to save it in a specific location. And you want to do that too because you're going to save as into your profiles. I'm again saving mine in my practice profiles, Ron Harrison C++. So as you can see, I am now in practice profiles, Ron Harrison C++, and it is downloading a file called resources.zip. Yours will download into your profiles, your name, C++. So I'm downloading resources.zip, so I'll hit save. And I just did these steps right here is what I did. So I navigated to my open course folder, I clicked save, and it downloaded for me, hopefully. Now if I go to my C drive, go to my practice profiles, Ron Harrison, C++, and there's that resources zip, and that's really weird. I'm going to delete that. It didn't download properly. I need to go do that again. So let's see what happens here. Oh, it said at the bottom couldn't be downloaded. I'm going to retry. I wonder why it's not letting me download. Well, that's all right. What I can show you is it did, when I did it in my regular profiles folder, go to my C drive, profiles. You see, there it is. It did download in my profile. So I'm going to do here, I'm going to fake it out because I have a copy of that here. I'm going to do copy. I'm going to put this in my practice profiles. Since it did not want to download for me, I just put it in there. So where we are, we're pretending that it did download for me. And now we're going to unzip it. And as I said, you don't have to use the 7-zip program. So again, I'm going to go to C drive, practice profiles. There's the resources.zip. So right up here, yours is going to say again, local C, profiles, your name, C++, and there's the resources.zip. Now to extract it, I'll right click, extract all. And now you'll see what it did is I have C++ and resources. I actually just want this in C++. So there are all my resources. So we have the resources, and we just want to make sure everything's where it needs to be. So R. Harrison, practice profiles, R. Harrison, C++, resources. So I just want to make sure that the resources are in the right place. Unzipped version of the course resources appears. Okay, I have that. Now to install Visual Express. In your course folder, double-click vcsetup.exe. So again, we're going to go back to that whole folder we have set up. So again, I'm local drive C, practice profiles, R. Harrison, C++, resources, and then I'm going to double-click on this. Now, I'm not going to because I already have it installed on my computer. But that's why you have to extract from that zip file so that you can have this set up. So this shows you what you would do. So there's that setup I just showed you. Then you double click on it, then you click next, read the agreement, click I have read it, click next again, click install, click exit. So that will install Visual C++ for you. So now you should have everything installed. And if I go to, so once it's installed, I'll go to, on my computer, I go to Start, All Programs. Now I see right here, Microsoft Visual C++, so I double click on that, or single click, and then right here is Visual Plus. Oops. And right there, Visual Plus is open. So once you get it installed, you want to click on it to see if it'll open. And that's it right here. If that opens, then you're in good shape. Okay, let's get back to our course overview. Need to go to the table of contents because we are all the way down into a different lab, weren't we? Now the way the course works, you can see this image they have here, and I pulled it up on the left-hand side. You have the projects that you'll work on, and the project is what takes you through the work activities. And the projects will give you all the steps on what you're supposed to do, and you just follow those steps. Then once you do the projects, then they have you go to the assignment, and you'll use the project, like right here, this tells you where you find the assignment. And for project 1, which is called Hello World, you'll do that work following the presentation in the class, and then the assignment is a follow-up to that. Then once you complete assignments, obviously you want to make sure you submit them the way that you're told to submit them. And usually it's going to be with a zip file. Usually with a zip file. And I showed you how to zip files already, right? Okay, we've gone through all of that. Now the other thing I want to help you with is I'm going to go over here to Project 1, and here's the work you're going to be doing. So in Project 1, you're going to just start with this. It's going to be a real basic program. So I hit the right arrow to move through it. And in this Project 1, you're going to learn all these things. And I'll create another presentation for this, but I just want to show you quickly so you can get started. But what you'll do with this, as you start doing the work, just show you how this demonstrates it. So this shows, so you're going to open up Visual Basic, so it tells you how to open Visual Basic, right? Then you're going to open the Hello World project. So within Visual Basic, you'll do File, Open, Project Solution. So I'll get, let me get Visual Basic open. So then I'll do File, Open, Project Solution. Then I go find it. Here's Hello World. And it's this Hello World right here. And I would open that. So that's how this works, is this tells you what to do, where to go open things, how to find all the stuff, and you know how to do this. And you open. And then it walks you through this. So it shows you, this picture right here shows you what your screen should look like. Over here on the left, they give you the instructions on doing the work. So that's all I'm going to show you. This was about 28 minutes to show you how to get the course overview part finished, which was part of week 1 work. So that's all the course overview to get everything all set up. Okay, thanks for watching. I look forward to your work coming in. Bye.